Attention, everybody within earshot. I will be disassembling my Nissan 350Z for no reason other than the fact that it makes zero oil pressure. I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm gonna have a good time doing it. Thank you.
Finally doing the oil gallery gaskets on my 350Z. One of my commenters brought to my attention that the oil pressure in this car was low about a year ago. Nonetheless, I haven't really driven the car since then. It's been sitting for another year. See the state of decay that's formed over here. This is gonna be a problem for another day, but we gotta get this thing back up on the road first, get it driving right. I know this is gonna be a little bit of a slower process here. We're gonna take the whole front of the car apart, core support, bumper, all that stuff. I'm also replacing the water pump, power steering pump, and a couple other things when I'm in there. So I figured take the car apart the right way, and I'm probably gonna change outfits a few times in this video. Already got the bumper off, but we also already broke something. Thankfully nothing important. The horn bolt just fucking snapped inside of the core support. That's gonna dangle for a long time. We got some 300-mile oil drained out of the car. Big problem is I don't really know where to dump it. In addition to that, I also got to drain the coolant. Don't know where to dump that either. One of the nice things so far about this job is every single bolt that has came out in any way has been put back on the car. I don't have anything loose laying around. When I do get to that point though, I'm gonna bust out some of the Ziploc bags, and there's also gonna be a point where the hood no longer has a hood prop, which is gonna be soon. I gotta get the coolant out next. I just have to figure out what to do with this oil. We are quickly losing daylight. This is going a lot slower than I thought, but I've had to stop a couple times. We got the windshield washer reservoir off, crash bars off, the coolant overflow is off. There's no oil in the car, there's no coolant, there's no windshield washer fluid. Got this radiator hose off, and a wheel had to come off to get the windshield washer reservoir out. And I still have to disconnect these things, or maybe not, just honestly leave that there. Now I'm trying to get this radiator fan out. I'm trying to get the whole core support out before it gets dark. I got about 30-40 minutes till it's like pitch black, so I'm gonna keep trying to grind away at this. We are on day 2. We got the 350Z in a state of disrepair currently. I think I messed up by taking the core support out first. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, zip ties, baby! One over here. Some things just don't make sense. I could not get it pulling it from behind, so I just came right here, 2 hands, literally first try. Oh, fuck. Let's get this belt off somehow. Okay. Oh, I see. Now I can start to get pulleys off, and then we'll get power steering pump off, AC condenser off. So much for my original stickers. Minus $200 value. Now we gotta take off the little radiator hose, which doing the water pump, thankfully. You can see there's a lot of coolant leaking over here. We'll take a look here when we get this off. I don't know how well you guys can see, it's all caked around the thermostat. So far the progress we have is pretty good actually. The timing cover is pretty much ready to come off. All that's left is this crank bolt here. This water pipe, dipstick's already out, just in there loosely. Taped a bunch of stuff off because I do have to order a crank bolt for this to put it back together. I did not know this was torque to yield when I got all my parts. I'm gonna have to wait for that to come in to actually put the car back together. So everything's taped up. It's supposed to rain this week. Luis, hammer away at this motherfucker.
Do it.
might have to do a wicked pry bar method.
Something, man. I have to hold it in place. We can try to put a pry bar to the back and hold it in between, and then put my weight on it, see if we can crack it loose.
Luis is actually a mechanic. I'm just the dumbass who's got somewhat to this point. He's helped out a little bit though. Thank you very much, Luis.
No problem, man. Anytime.
This is way beyond my pay grade, to be honest. Can't tell if it's going or turning.
It's moving a little bit, but I'm trying to get this to not spin.
The fucking pry bar's bending in a form I've never seen. Think we'll crack it?
It's only one way to find out. See, it's hitting this.
Yeah. That thing should be able to withstand 1,200 pounds.
It's on that fucking front cover again.
Saw some videos on the internet while I was away trying to see what I could do to get this thing off. Serpentine belt might be the answer. Why is this moving? Here's we actually have to cut this, so whatever car this is for, I don't care what car this is for. Correct. Now we're gonna put the Cleveland cranker on it. Unreal. Unfreaking real, boys. This is so tight. It is on there so tight that like when I pull with both hands, like if I wasn't being held by the car, I would actually get thrown that way. Might have to try to get some heat on it. Yes! 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 Holy shit! Now we gotta try to get this oil pan opened. Been working around this area for a few minutes, starting to get some separation over here. So, I'm just gonna keep tapping these in. It's really just the back that's stuck. Uber Schlauch 8. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Mr. Gallery Gasket, I found you. That is the gasket we're replacing, sitting in my oil pan. This is a good sign that what I'm doing is gonna fix something. I'm also nervous because I don't really remember how long the oil pressure has been low for. I maybe drove it like this. It could be very few miles. It could be upwards of 20,000 miles that I've drove with the oil pressure low. It could be 40,000 miles even. Like, I actually have no idea. This is just stuff I didn't pay attention to before having a tuned car. Found this in the oil pan. Feels like a little piece of metal. Piston ring? No, I'm kidding. I don't know though. Maybe more part of the gallery gasket. But it is not the same color at all. Leave a comment. Am I screwed? The reason we had to take the oil pan off is because to get the timing cover off, there are these two bolts inside of the oil pan that go through the oil pan up to the timing cover. I'm just gonna get these out now and then loosely put the oil pan back on so I don't have to worry about dirt getting in here overnight. I'm gonna have to get some carb clean and, you know, get the oil and stuff off this so that the new gasket sticks, but I hit it with one more new razor just to be safe. Just picked up a piece of metal. That stuff's moving over here. Not strong enough to pick it up, but metal. There's some more metal. Part I originally found that worried me does not stick. These things that I just found. Look at that. You know, I'm not gonna complain. We're just gonna send it, alright, because maybe that's all that there was in there. I have no idea. I mean, it would pick up. Like, this stuff got picked up pretty easily. I mean, like, obviously it's something to be concerned with because it's metal shaving, but it's not like a ton of them, it's just 2. And on top of that, they're extremely small. It's pinky, and I have small hands. We're gonna try to do our best to ignore what we saw yesterday and just move forward with this install. We're gonna get this timing cover off, a whole bunch of these 14 mils I gotta get out, and a whole bunch of 10 mils. I have this very sad drawing that looks like Squidward's head, if you ask me. My gosh, I'm not an artist. These bolts are also labeled on the top and side multiple times, marked. The timing cover with that, gonna do the same thing for these 10 mils. I got one there, I see one there, one there, one there, all along the top and around. That way I'm not putting any of the wrong length bolts back in where they don't belong. It's our bolt layout. Get some damage back here. Let's put a pry bar back here. Crack the seal a little bit. Let's see if there's anywhere else I can do this. Right there. If I take the thermostat off. Okay. Let's just fit under there. Let it happen. Frig, dog, don't do that. We employed Luis once again. He had to come to the rescue. We're getting inside of this motherfucker. Got about 3.2 hours of sunlight. She's going down. Just like that's coming off.
So where are your timing marks? Right here, the dots?
Yeah, so it's just got to go backwards a little bit.
From what I've learned, dude, like, you don't want to go counterclockwise on, like, timing chain shit.
So you're saying it's going to kill us if we put that wheel on? And
I would never turn an engine counterclockwise.
what I'm curious about... Oh, there it is. Maybe they can see that on the camera. That's part of the gasket we found.
I thought that was a leaf, bro.
No. A rat lives in there. Let me tell you what, bud. Something's
sure
been inside of there.
Say 1 o'clock.
Is that good? What? How
What
did
are the
that...
chances of that, dude?
Okay, that's incredible. What the fuck did they put these in there with? Cement? Luis the
do this
Beast.
shit all
Dude,
day.
that's your nickname.
I do that shit all day long.
What I'm trying to figure out, here's a timing mark. Boom, boom. Okay. Timing mark. Boom, boom. Okay. And then down here, it's supposed to be tooth to the left of this. It's supposed to be perfectly in line with that. This one looks like maybe it's on or needs to go back a little bit. So it looks like this one needs to go forward and this one needs to go backwards. And then that's off a little bit. So maybe we're just not in the right spot. Don't really know what happened there, to be honest. It's a good thing we have the footage. Just start cranking these loose. That's in time. That looks like it's off a little bit. And then that's in time. Did that for 100,000 miles. Why can't it do it for 100,000 more? Finally got the first gallery gasket scraped off of this thing. Took quite a while. We're gonna get the new gasket on here and throw this one on, and then we'll do the second one. Here's the new gasket. I'm gonna just drop it, I guess. I'm just gonna drop it. Loosely put one of these in for now. Okay. I'm gonna start just dropping Loctite on those.
Yeah, I can do that.
I'm not gonna torque any of them down until I have them all in, so I want to be lined up. Here I am torquing down the gallery gaskets. You're gonna notice I don't do the one under the cam phaser. Luis did that one for me off camera. But you're also gonna notice that this one on the far right, for some reason I just completely forgot about it. I'm hoping I did it off camera. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. This clips from earlier. Hopefully hand tight with a little bit of Loctite will keep her in there. You're just gonna have to stick around to the end to see if this thing works. I have little to no motivation left in this project, alright, after the metal shavings. I don't even know if this is right. I got mixed reviews on Facebook. Everyone's like, oh, you get a new chain, this now. It has 100,000 miles on it, it wasn't rattling. I'm not getting a new chain. Probably should, but I don't know what's going on in there, so I don't want to spend more money. I really don't know. This is not going how I thought it was. Face of the block there, where the timing cover goes, is all cleaned up. Part of the timing cover itself is cleaned up. Still gotta clean the rest of that. Just now I cracked this second gallery gasket loose. We're gonna get this off and get that replaced, and then we can say we're done with what I'm actually trying to do, except we're not, because this got to get replaced, this got to get replaced, and this got to get replaced. As done as this job is about to be, I'm far from it. Leaving the timing chain and all this stuff not tight and the timing cover not sealed last night, that was not fun. That was not the plan. The plan was to be done with this car in like a weekend. Funny enough, this car, I've never really had to work on it. What's gone wrong on it? Slave cylinder failed twice, but that was before I knew how to work on cars, so I just had the mechanic fix it. Other than that, I don't think anything's ever broken on the car. Subframe bushings, did that with a couple of my friends. That was a month in the driveway job, just kind of like this is. This job is one that could end the life of the car forever, unlike the subframe job, so this is a little crazy for me. This one's actually in good condition. That's not a good thing, because now I'm gonna have to scrape this for the next hour. All the old gasket material scraped off this one. I got the new one on there. Got an old screw loosely holding it in place. We're gonna put some red Loctite on the new bolts. I'm gonna use a screwdriver thing, because I don't have a torque wrench, and I feel like it's gonna be easier to gauge how tight these were using this. This is how I took the things off. Very easy to cross thread these. It makes me wonder how many on the top I accidentally cross-threaded now that I see how easy they should go in. You know what? This does not feel good. These bolts strip like unbelievably easy, so that's what makes me think I'm going too tight. So I'm just gonna like see that's already, unless this is just the wrong size. Gallery gaskets are done. Gonna throw the new thermostat in there quickly, because it seems like an easy thing to do. That's another part on. Gonna take us to the water park, so I built a slide. Hopefully it works. Wants to go. Good work, bag. Let me get the new water pump ready. Scary, 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 very scary, scary. Now, if you don't already follow me on Instagram, this would be a good time to do it, because this project's taking me longer than I thought it was going to. You're gonna get updates like this, all sorts of other car content that does not make it to YouTube. I just watched the footage back, I uploaded it to my computer, watched it in slow motion. We did slip a tooth down here. We went one this way, so this chain needs to go that way. I don't think that's something I'm gonna be able to do without taking the chain off. So yeah, I think my best bet's just to take this thing off at this point and line up my marks, which this one, yeah, slightly off. People are saying that's okay, so I don't know. The true scary moment. I mean, maybe it really is just that simple. That makes me more happy, I think. Because this is the final lineup. Got orange to this tick down here. The tooth to the left of the sprocket thingy, whatever, dowel, pin, whatever thing. That's lined up perfectly here. This top one's lined up. This one's lined up. So I think that's right. Can't go over more. That's all lining up. All right, water pump. Okay, now with the water pump on, it's not lining up down here. I've been playing with this for a bit. I don't think there's any way I'm gonna get this to go that way without manually forcing something to spin here. Still trying to decide right now if I'm gonna do it up here or down here. My thoughts are I could put the wheel on, twist it just a couple degrees this way, because let me grab you guys. I don't know if you can see, it's like, it's super close to lining up, but you can't get all the teeth off and spin it. Is the problem, because it's on the water pump, it's on the phasers up here, so yeah, there's no rotation in the chain at all. I mean, that's a good thing, right? It means it shouldn't slip once it's back together. Oh, too much. Just a nut air. Okay, I think I just timed my car for the first time ever. I think I just timed a car for the first time ever, actually. Hopefully this works. I'll try to spin the motor over once I get this back on, make sure it still spins easily and stuff, and make sure nothing's gliding, but let's get this thing in there. I think we're good. That's a lot of spins. I don't hear anything. Old front main seal is off. Got the new one here. Gonna see if we can get this in somehow. Now we gotta do the gaskets for these VVT timing covers. There's some O-rings in there we also gotta do. So let's get these off. It's just this area that's stuck. This thing just came flying off, smashed me in the shin, cut my finger, and I hope it still works. I hope it's not sensitive to airborne dropping damage. We're all smooth. Alrighty, time to RTV this thing. That is looking ugly. As you can tell, I'm no expert. Got some wicks coming off the icing. Hopefully everything's in there it's supposed to be.
So it's going in. Make sure that side's like, you know what I'm saying, pressed in on the side. You can kind of see it.
Yeah, I figured once I put the screws in, it'll pull it together.
Okay. Take her home. Fuck it. Put your tensioner and everything back on?
Yep.
Did you have to press it back down?
No, I bought a new one, so it had the pin in it.
Even better.
We gotta make a gasket for our oil pan. Oil pan time. I don't know how much you guys can see in there. I don't know if I showed you guys what was in there before, but there was a full nest inside of my engine that just came out of there. That was like 1 to 2 inches thick. It didn't look that thick before I vacuumed it out, but now that I can actually see to the bottom, that was pretty bad. All that. Now we got to do the water pipe O-ring and the dipstick O-ring. Other than this, I only have one more thing to put on the car. That is the new part. Dipstick. Oh, it's in. Fucked. Thing's about as mangled as it gets, regardless of lubrication, regardless of what I did. So I'm gonna have to get a new one of those. Working on this car is killing me. First extra bolt of the project. I had it sitting in this slot for some reason. This is the power steering bracket. It does not go anywhere in this thing. I mean, I had all this thing sitting as one unit, and it was sitting through here, and then this big bolt was in this hole. This is for like a pulley or something. I don't know where this goes. I'll figure it out later, I guess. Yesterday was the first time I rage quit on this project. I set this bolt down. I couldn't find it. It's like the 50th time I've set something down while doing this and then couldn't find it, regardless of the fact that I was just using it 10 seconds ago. So I just started cleaning up so that I could find it. I ended up finding it on the table. I don't know. Part of the frustration going into that was that I didn't know where this went. It was somewhere in this bracket in the pile of parts I have for the car, and it doesn't go to this bracket. Figured out it goes to the power steering pump, which goes right here. Speaking of power steering pump, we got the new one right here. It's a remanufactured part, so we're gonna get this flushed out real quick, hooked up over here, and then we got some goals for today, which is to get the whole pulley and drive belt system back on. As well, I would like to maybe start getting some of these hoses put back on, maybe put some oil in the car and start it. Just real quick. I don't have coolant right now. Just want to make sure that it works. That's the main goal for today. Let's try to get this car to a point where we can start it for like 2 seconds, make sure the engine runs. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I spun it a few times. I dumped 2 rounds of liquid through there, and I'm just kind of letting it gravity bleed right now. We'll call that good. Well, the power steering pump was doing its thing. I got the alternator on. I got some of these pulleys on. Plugged in a good handful of connectors, and I got some of these grounds on. Other than that, that's pretty much all I did. I think this thing's about ready to go, and we're gonna get this guy off. Start with this banjo. I didn't get new crush washers for this banjo bolt. Unfortunately, AutoZone doesn't have the right size. I just got a universal pack from there. They don't work. I'm not waiting another week, so I just cleaned off the old ones best I could, and those are gonna have to be our units. We're about to oil this thing up. I only put 5 quarts in there. We're already right by the high mark. I'm gonna call that good for now. Leave it, start the car, check it again, make sure it's still full. Probably need a little bit after because it's got to go back through the oil filter, stuff like that. I ended up dropping the 10 mil down there. Battery came out, the tray under the battery came out. There was a rat's nest, squirrel nest, whatever. It got vacuumed out. Also got the intakes and mass airflows plugged in. I'm terrified to start this thing. It runs. It just pissed something 1,000 feet out the front though. Power steering all over my tools. It fucking runs though. Yo. Good thing I shut it off quick. We did drink most of that oil. I knew it wasn't full. It only took 5 quarts. So we're gonna get this thing topped off again and go from there. Coolant ready to be bled right now as we speak. Last night I got a lot of this put back together, finished up the front end today. Everything's on. Literally everything is on except the front bumper and the under tray. Surprisingly, I only have 1 bolt left over for the washer reservoir. I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, I couldn't find anywhere a 4th one goes. So we did have a couple broken down in the core support area, but those will be all right. This thing's on there solid, you know, it's got a bunch of other things holding it on besides those little bolts. I'm planning to track this car, so I'm using distilled water, and I got water wetter. Never used this stuff before. She's drinking. At some point this should stop and then we'll start the car up. So we're gonna put some power steering fluid in here before we start the car. But going away. Alright, the noises went away. I think the engines needed to drink some oil. And it's probably also the power steering pump because it's running dry. We have a pinhole leak in top of this thing, so I'm gonna show you how to fix that like an idiot. Who says that ain't gonna work? That's how you fix shit. This thing is officially 100% back together. It has been running for a little bit now, actually like an hour or so. That's fully warm oil pressure right there. It's better than the 0 it was at before. I did take the car for a quick rip, just went down the street. She moves, all right. This thing actually works. I can't believe this thing works. It had to be 50 to 60 hours that I spent outside working on this thing. It is August 27th. I started on August 8th. Like, it just goes to show that you can do anything with YouTube. Like, you just go and watch YouTube videos. Someone's gonna show you how to do it. You can go and do it. That being said, please don't use this as a how-to video. This is just my experience. There's so many other better how-to videos on how to actually complete this job. And I cannot wait to get this car on the track and just drive it. Whatever, stare at it. This is incredible. I've gone through so many emotions, just happiness, sadness, anger, numbness, everything. Like, all that's really left to do with this car is get it cleaned up. Clutch feels honestly all right. It'll last a little bit, I think. And I gotta bleed the hydro. That's free and easy. Leave a like for this video. This is the longest video I've ever edited. I have over 10 hours of uncut footage cut down to whatever this video is. It's probably gonna be like 40 minutes. Thank you for sticking around to the end. Thank you for watching. I don't think there's anything else to say. This video's over.
Feeling like I ain't a boss, feeling like I ain't a baller. I can't complain. Shawty, she been in a lot. Shawty, she lost in the sauce. She on a plane. I just get brain and get guap. I just get brain and get guap. This life is insane. This life is a dream and I like. This shit I like it a lot. I see through the pain. This life is a dream and I like.